Hey guys, this is the Hydro. I wanted to make a little video for this event to show the damage that I'm doing early. This is Thursday of the event. The relic drops for me tonight, and my setup is not where I'd want it to be yet, but one of my guildmates asked me how I was doing so much damage, so looks like a damage video is in order. Now, the setup that I'm running is 2 Esteemed Haldors, 1 Helga, and 2 Josephine. Gem creation is an issue with this deck, so the more gems you can get on the board, obviously the more damage you can do. With the 8 Power Gem 4s from the Esteemed Haldor, you can actually do some pretty sizable hits even without much in the way of relics. One thing that it took me a while to discover was that you can check how your relics are affecting your cards by clicking this little eye in the upper right of your card area, and it'll tell you what your leader's doing and the cards that it's affecting, any counters that you have, and then what each relic is affecting as far as cards go. So that's a good way to check and make sure that what you're running is being affected by the relics, because I frequently make the mistake of having the wrong relic in, or even having the relics in the wrong order, so that's kind of a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and hammer on this guild boss here a little bit and try to demonstrate a little bit of the damage that I'm doing. Again, this is pre-relic, and this is the best deck I could figure out to run so far, at least as far as putting some damage out. So you can't do much, really, with what I'm running until about the 3rd turn. It takes me a couple of turns to get the gem creation up and get the skills ready to fire off. Because what I'm currently running isn't heavily affected by intensity, I'm just kind of going with it and just firing things off when they're up. With the 5-turn cooldown on Haldor, it takes a little bit of quick matching just to get things going. But the biggest thing is getting these gems on the board, which every time she attacks, Josephine creates 5 gems, so I've got 2 Josephines creating 5 gems, and that it makes a world of difference as far as running these cards and maximizing damage. And even if it's Power Gem 1s or whatever, I try to create as many Power Gems as possible going into my skill fire off, and then try and group all my cards together to get the biggest hit possible. So these 2 Power Gem 4 creation cards are kind of a big deal. That's where the majority of my damage comes from, because you can't shake a stick at 8 Power Gem 4s. That's huge. That's a lot more Power Gem creation than anything else I've experienced in this game, and for that to be on the main event card is pretty cool. So far I'm enjoying that aspect of this event, because I haven't been able to, early on in events, put out this much damage before. Usually the relic is kind of the big deal. And I haven't really had to worry about anything killing me yet, so I haven't had to worry about working Josephine's skill into my rotation. But she is like the dragons of last week, where she casts immune. If you get hit, it heals for a percentage of recovery based on intensity. But I've only got the 1 human relic, so my intensity doesn't get super high, but still I can get a decent heal out of it. And I never do as much damage when I'm talking as I do when I'm not. But I figured that would give you a good idea of what I'm doing here in the first 24 hours of the event and how I'm accomplishing it. Please ask any questions if you have them. So I'm doing roughly 55 billion an attack at this point. which is decent. But I mean, I'm seeing people doing way more already. They've got more gem creation and probably more power gem creation. But for a start, this is a good way to go about it. Again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know.